but that he got that wave of panic and fight or flight, finally broke the tension just holding his breath and turning me towards home and walking. We have passed through there again many times, always feeling weird and usually still smelling the same rubber egg smell, but never saw anything else. It probably seems really gay and fake to people who haven't seen anomalous things like this, that we ever went back or forgot about it. The reality, at least in my experience, is that if you keep your eyes open and notice things, that unusual things happen far too often to remember. I think most normies would be surprised exactly how easily shit that bizarre can blend into the background fog of memory. I haven't given it almost any thought since it happened 3 years ago. I no longer live there, but I know people who do still, and most still, say that area is just as weird as it ever was. Pick related. A recreation I made of what I saw. I should note that I wear glasses, and I have great night vision. I didn't see a deer with its head down. It was well lit, and my eyes had been adjusted to the dark for hours before this. In this thread, post spooky paranormal green texts that actually happened to you, or at least someone you know. Be me, 15, at the time, an undiagnosed schizo. Was seeing a bunch of weird creatures, and some of them were talking to me and shit, so I thought I was crazy and started learning about mental illness. Started watching a video on YouTube about psychosis. Shadow King Simon, my spirit guide, causes the video to stop and shows the error screen. He tells me those people are going to brainwash me, and that I had wronged him by doubting my true connection to the other world, which he showed me. Now, I have to kill my parents as punishment. Held the knife in my hand for a while, looking at them passed out in the living room. Decided I couldn't do it, and I refused. Simon possesses me, and I can't control my body. Starts slicing me open as punishment. In the end, I am grateful for everything that happened that night. I have written about this before, but basically, there is a possibility that my grandmother's aunt is back to haunt my grandma's sister. So, basically, be my grandma's sister, living with your aunt in the same house. The aunt dies and is buried. This was decades ago. Decide that the grave is too far away, and want to relocate it to a nearby graveyard. The difference is literally 10-minute drive. Leave the remains in the grave. Keep the gravestone in your garage for decades. And symbolically bring a fist of earth from the previous grave to the new one, and engrave the aunt's name on the new gravestone. Your sister, my grandmother, then has a dream of a completely white figure that looked severely pissed coming from the direction of the previous graveyard. It was coming towards our house and towards the direction of the new graveyard, as if she had to relocate herself to the new resting place. It is 2022, evening, and your daughter visits you with your granddaughter. The granddaughter comes crying from the bathroom, saying that there is a random lady in there. You check it, and there is obviously nobody there. The family goes back home to the new house, previously owned by an opera singer, who had died not long before they purchased the home. The granddaughter complains of being unable to sleep due to hearing some lady singing, and the child is like 3 years old. She has no capacity to make it up. And to make matters worse, someone has already been buried on top of my grandma-aunt's remains. I have several stories that happened to me. One thing just happened last week. Probably means nothing, but it was still weird. I'm German, so sorry for the bad English.